there, good afternoon and welcome. This is Patty Bennett and I am excited to share these beautiful cards with you today and some tips for using your Wink of Stella pen and your watercolor pencils to color these. So I am just going to jump in a minute and just start coloring just to show you how this works. I think it's just a gorgeous technique. And if you haven't seen the Wink of Stella pen, I'll show you that. I'll show you how it comes when it's new. And then I will show you how to get this beautiful, do you see that shimmer? I hope you can see it. So that you can watercolor and blend with your watercolor pencils with the Wink of Stella. It's very forgiving and it's a different feel than when you use water. So we're going to do that together today, and I'll just show you where this beautiful image is from. This is a limited time offer called Color Your Season, and it is a bundle, or you can buy the stamp set individually, you can buy the framelits individually, you can buy the watercolor pencils individually, or you can buy this as a bundle. And I know just from looking at the flyer, you don't get a sense of how big and amazing this set is. Look how gorgeous this is. It's huge, and it's so large that it comes in 2 boxes. So it's a set of 12. And this is a limited time offer from Stampin Up. So if you don't have a demonstrator, you can find me here at pattystamps.com. You can order at mystamporder.com. And let me show you the dies. This is the stitched season framelits. That is either part of the bundle, or you can just buy it separately. These framelits, honestly, if you don't get anything else out of this special, I would get these because these are just amazing. I love this shape. Look how pretty. Everything from plain to glitzy to patterned paper. And then let me show you this. Let me just, hang on. I'm just going to grab a dark background for this so that you can just see this. I want you to be able to see. Do you see how it cuts this little stitched edge around it, as well as it cuts the stitching on the inside? So these dies are amazing because you can see that double stitched edge there. So it cuts the stitched edge on the outside and the inside, and it cuts the shape. I think this is amazing. I'm going to hang on to this forever. I really wish Stampin' Up! Would just put this in the catalog, make it available forever, because I think it's amazing. Totally amazing. Oh, and by the way, I left this here because if you love Halloween, this is going to be so fun. If you are in the US or Canada, the paper pumpkin kits are so much fun. They come in a box, they come once a month, and the September kit will be Halloween. So if you love Halloween, you might want to go ahead and sign up, even if you just sign up for 1 month, just to try this out. And again, you can do that at mystamporder.com and click on Paper Pumpkin. Okay, so enough of the commercials. So let's go back to these beautiful Color Your Season or Blended Season images that we're going to be working with today. I did these 2 with the new watercolor pencils, and this assortment, there's been a little confusion. At first, Stampin' Up! Said they might be in a future catalog, then they said they might not, then they said they won't, now they're saying they might. So I honestly don't know, but my advice would be, if you don't have them, just get them, because you're going to want these beautiful colors, and they are not in the original set. This is all of the pencils, the original and the new set, and I just mixed them all up and I keep them together, and it doesn't matter to me that they're mixed up, but I'm going to use them all. So I used those and my Wink of Stella to color these images. And let's just look at the Wink of Stella pen. When it comes in your package, do you see the difference? Do you see this black ring? So when you first get it, you need to undo this and you need to take off this ring. And this can just be put right in your recycle bin. And then you shake it up. And you want to shake it for a bit, because especially if it's been sitting a while. And then I like to just grab a little, these are just makeup wipes, or you can just fold up a paper towel. And I'm squeezing. Now, do you see all this little glimmer? Okay, so that's coming down, and then all of a sudden you just see that it starts filling up the brush tip, and it's glossy and shiny and sparkly. And then this is how it comes out. So you definitely don't want to just squeeze it and blob it right onto your project, because that's what you'll get, is a big blob like that. So you want to just make sure that you've given it a few squeezes and you've kind of worked it into that tip and kind of wiped a little bit off before you actually start working on your project. All right, so that's how it comes. That's what you need to do with it when you first get it, is you need to do those steps. And then let me just show you how to color and how pretty and how easy it is. So let me see if I just maybe put these here, then you can see those. Now this is Stampin Up Shimmer White paper, and it already has some shimmer. But when you add the Wink of Stella to the watercolor pencils, it shimmers even more. You can either use the shimmer white or the thick whisper white or whisper white with this method. The reason is because this isn't water and this doesn't pill up the paper. So when you are using water like you would with your aqua painter, it starts to tear down the fibers really quickly on your paper, but that doesn't happen as much with the Wink of Stella. So it's pretty forgiving, and it's, you know, it's just paper. Give it a try it out. Don't be afraid. So what I'm going to do first is just color on a couple of the flowers, and I'm going to start with the Bermuda Bay. And what I like to do is be pretty heavy-handed right there where those shadow lines were, and then just put a little bit extra pigment. And then I will go to my Wink of Stella, and you always want to give it a little test. You don't want to just actually squeeze it right onto your project, because then you run the risk of it just blobbing out. So I'm sort of mixing that color where I put the dark color. Now I'm going to wipe off some of that pigment and pull it out towards the edge. And that's what helps give you the darker and the lighter. So I'll just do that again. So dark down here, a little extra pigment. And then you're just going to kind of mix it, wipe off some of that extra color, and then just pull it out towards the edge. And that is just totally sparkly and pretty and has the darks and the lights. And what you can do then is, as this dries, you can pick a different color and you can come in and give it some more pigment if you wanted to make it even darker. So especially on this one, that's what I did with several layers of the extra pencil down in there to make it even darker. I did the same thing with the purple and the blue and the yellow here. Really pretty. I love this technique. So let's grab one and do, let's try this over on this one. So, okay, this is pumpkin pie. So I'm going to put some pumpkin pie there, and then you can mix. So here's some Daffodil Delight. Let's put some of that in. And I'm just going to wipe off just to make sure I didn't have any blue. And then we'll sort of melt that pumpkin pie, bring it into the daffodil, and then we can just go all the way up with that. So there you go. It's just that simple. And really, it's only paper, so don't be afraid to give it a try. And then we'll put a little of the daffodil around there. Mix it. And come out. Let's take off a little of that orange and come out to the edge. And there you go. Super simple. Super easy. Super fun. Don't be afraid of color. Don't be afraid of the pencils. Don't be afraid of the Wink of Stella. Really fun, right? So let me show you another method with the Wink of Stella. This is just one of our clear blocks, and I just dropped several drops of Reinkers in different colors, and I'm going to color on the fall leaf with that. So this is another way that you can color. So I think this one is the crushed curry. And I'm just going to start coloring. Then I'm not even going to clean it off. I'm just going to grab, I think this one was pumpkin pie, and start putting some extra color in there. Now I'm going to wipe that off, and I think this one is the daffodil. And I'm just going to kind of go in, oh no, I think that was mango, and sort of blend. And then we'll go back to our lighter daffodil. Oh gosh, maybe that was curry. I don't remember now. And then this one I think is Cajun Craze. I'll just put a little out at the tip. And if you have to squeeze out to get some of that, it's kind of like the aqua painter, where if you need to get rid of pigment, you can just squeeze it. And so there we have multicolored fall leaf. Let's go in and do some of this one. So that's just another way you can use the Wink of Stella as a pen to watercolor. And I did try it. You know how you can squeeze your ink pad lid and then dip it into the lid, but then I was transferring all this glitter back into the pad every time I squeezed it. So you kind of don't want to do that. You want to just put drops from the Reinker right onto your clear block and use that as a palette. So just an easy way to watercolor, kind of fun, something different. Put a little orange in there and let that kind of float around. So, what do you think? Pretty easy, right? Fun? Pretty sparkly? Yeah? I hope you like this. Now, I want to show you a tip when your Wink of Stella starts running out. And I'm actually going to grab this older one because this was the brand new one, so it's not running out whatsoever. Let me move my project just so in case it drips, I wouldn't want to get on my project. So when your Wink of Stella starts kind of running dry, actually you don't have to take that off, you can just unscrew it here. So you unscrew it so that you have this half. And then I just grab a tweezer and I put it right under that little black ring. And then you can pull this out. In here, I have rubbing alcohol. And this is just one of those hair color applicator things. I got this at Sally Beauty, but I like it because of this nice long skinny tip. And it allows you to just put some rubbing alcohol in there. Then you put this back in. You screw this back on. Shake it up. And there is so much glitter in here, even after you think it's dry. You can do this 3 or 4 times and just keep adding some rubbing alcohol. Shake it up and you can keep using it and keep using it and keep using it. And I know I probably shouldn't say that because I'm sure that Stampin' Up! Would love it if we all just kept buying brand new pens. But the truth is, you'd be throwing away something that's totally fine. So you don't want to do that. You want to definitely give it a little extra. And then what I do is I just color a little dot with my Sharpie marker on here. That lets me know that I've added rubbing alcohol to it and that it's not brand new, because for whatever reason, if I needed a brand new one, then I know that any of them without that dot are brand new. And I'm sure you could put like a little tick mark or an X or whatever you want, but that's just my little code so that I know that I have used it before. Oh, and by the way, for sharpening your watercolor pencils, Stampin' Up! Used to sell this years ago when we had watercolor pencils a long time ago, this pencil sharpener. And I do like this one for sharpening my pencils, so I still use this one. You can find similar type pencil sharpeners that are not just like your 5-cent ones. You know, you want to get something that's probably a little bit better than super, super cheap. I would say if you find something on Amazon or at an art store and it's maybe at least like $3 or $4 or $5, it's probably going to be a better quality than just something that might be like 10 for $1 at the dollar store or something. So that is my second tip for you. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, you know what? One more tip. I have this on my blog today. By the way, pattystamps.com is where you will find me. This is on my blog today, and this card is on my blog, and this tip was shared by Gloria Plunkett, and I just wanted to show you what I did with the Stampin' Blends and these pink rhinestones. I put them on here, but you can see that they're not pink because pink just didn't go. It was kind of okay, but it just didn't quite go with those colors. So what I did was I took my Stampin' Blends, and I like to use the fatter end, and I just simply colored right on top, and that's all it takes is just a couple of little passes. This is the Call Me Clover. No, Shaded Spruce, excuse me. Shaded Spruce gives you that nice dark green, and that's all it takes to color these. So then I thought, okay, well now I'll use these more because then I can just do any color that I like and add it to my card. And I really liked the more lime green to go with this. And then I did this one in the, I think it's mango, to kind of go with the yellow. So there's a third tip for you today. Yay! Oh, so Monica's asking, can you refill a color in Wink of Stella? So yes, you could drop a drop of Reinker in here if you wanted to, and then, you know, you could put like a dot up here to say like this is my pumpkin pie one. You could do that, and then that's all the color you would have in there. Of course, you wouldn't use it with other colors, but that would mean buying an awful lot of these, I think. So that's totally up to you if you'd want to put some in there. You can also kind of make a mixture in the Stampin' Spritzer. You could drop some of this and some rubbing alcohol and Reinker in there. You can do that with the new shimmer paints as well. I don't know if I missed, let me just look here real quick on the Facebook Live and see if I missed any. Oh, thank you for asking. I used Memento ink. I'm sorry I didn't say that. I had it out here and I'm sorry I didn't say that. So this is the shimmery white paper and Memento ink. You can also use the thick Whisper White or Whisper White. I wouldn't do the Wink of Stella with the watercolor paper. That absorbs too quickly. So that's the only one I would stay away from. All right, so thank you so much for joining this Facebook Live. And if you're watching this later, you can leave comments if you have questions. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time.